Patrick McNeil joined now at the intermission by Breton Eagles second-year forward Luke Patterson. Luke, the club is on a 3-game road trip through Quebec. Nice start to the trip. How good does it feel to win to get this thing going?
Yeah, obviously we're playing really good hockey right now. Facing Quebec teams, playing all these guys for the first time of the year and get started in the right foot in Gatineau is big. And we're really looking forward to the big test in Rouyn.
Second season for you in the league. Last year you came in, and even though you'd been at camp the year before, it probably felt unfamiliar because there were so many new faces. This year, a lot of returnees, but a new coach. How did the vibe compare this year to your first year?
I think everyone felt more hungry. It's a team where we're ready to win, and you could really feel it when we walked into camp. Everyone knew each other. We got a great group, a great culture here, and you really feel the willingness to win. Right when you walked into camp, everyone was here, and they were prepared and ready to work.
In Quebec last year, it was one of the earlier Quebec trips that you had bad luck, unfortunately, because you get hurt in that game in Victoriaville. In a game you scored in, you end up out for a month. You scored in the first game you came back to, which was nice. Just how tough was it coming back from that injury?
Yeah, obviously injuries are no fun and not something you want to go through, but I worked hard to stay in shape, and when I got back, I felt pretty good, and it's more of a mental challenge, just stay fit and stay ready to go, because you're going to play again. It's just a matter of when.
I know coaches talk more about the process than anything else. You haven't been able to hit the score sheet yet. Do you try to block that out and just worry about the overall team results?
Yeah, I think I've been struggling a little bit offensively here. I think I've had some good looks, and it's obviously concerning a little bit to have zeros across the board, but I'm working at it here, and I've got more to give, and it's going to come.
Call Ivan to ask him about not scoring the first little bit of the season?
No, I didn't, but maybe I'll have to.
Quite the drought he was on, and it worked out okay for him. One thing I think you're probably happy with is faceoffs because you're spending more time at the center position. How do you like playing in the middle, and how do you feel that part of your game has come along?
Yeah, I think I'm a player who can adapt wherever. I think I'm more of a natural center, but I think I can play the wing as well. I think in the middle, I've done a lot of work with Nick McNeil, our forward coach, on my faceoffs, and I think I've done a pretty good job in the circle this year and just look to keep on improving in that area.
Of course, we know in the past you've told us about being a big golf guy. How is your golf game in the summer? Is it improving?
It's kind of hit a wall here the last year or two. It's not playing enough as much as I'd like, but I love golf. It's a great thing to play in the summer, and I try to do as much as I can, but it gets hard sometimes.
I guess the difference there in a warm weather climate, you can probably practice all the time. We can't really do that in Canada, I don't think. We talked in the broadcast as well. Your sister plays hockey also, Haley. Do you get to play on the ice with her very much, or do you try to influence her in a positive way?
Growing up, we had the backyard rink, so we got to spend some time trying to teach her some things there on the backyard rink and stuff. I kind of let her do her thing, and I give her some advice here and there, but I don't want to interfere too much. She's still young, and she's still trying to find the passion, and she has fun playing the sport, and that's really all that matters. So I kind of stay in my own lane, and I'm here for advice if she needs it, but at the same time, just let her have fun.
That is what it's all about. I'll confess to not knowing this until looking it up for this interview. You hold the Eagles' record for most shorthanded goals by a rookie with 4. No one else has more than 2. What is the key to being dangerous on the penalty kill? Probably not your first intention, but you'll be happy to take those goals.
Yeah, I think just kind of being hard on pucks and having good stick. I think I had a couple breakaway goals just off of kind of turnovers and just kind of playing my game, I guess. It's just the way it went. I got pretty lucky like that.
Were you surprised to be entrusted with that much penalty kill time as a rookie?
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool to have the trust of the coach to be out there in the penalty kill. I think to produce offensively on the kill is always pretty cool as well.
Nice bonus for sure. We talked earlier about these Quebec teams. You don't see them very often, but an interesting situation with this team because Dylan Gill, you would have played growing up with, and Jeremy Langlois and FJ Buteau are former Eagles teammates. Does it help when you're playing against guys that are former teammates, or does that give them an advantage?
I think it's kind of just a little bit of everything. Kind of increases the impact of the game. Like, obviously, Dylan's one of my best friends. I don't want to lose to him. I don't want to let him beat me. And then we got a couple former teammates of mine that you don't want to let them beat you either. You want to have the edge on them. And they're a top dog in this league, and we're trying to be a top dog in this league. And I think we're trending in the right direction, and it's going to be a big test, and we're ready for it.
Nice run the team's on for sure. You mentioned as well, you're amongst the guys who grew up watching Wildcats. You grew up going to Wildcats games. Are there any Wildcats forwards in particular you modeled your game after that you liked watching?
I think as a little kid, there was a Moncton guy, Steven Johnson was a good player. He wore the C for the Wildcats. And then they had a bunch of guys throughout the years. I think as I kind of got older, Pelche was in there, and watching him, he's a great player, obviously. And he was a great guy to look up to. And there's many guys that have gone through there that, as a kid watched. I mean, Connor Garland was there, and he was putting up crazy numbers there. Obviously, it was fun going to the rink watching him.
I also enjoyed watching Connor Garland, which is a very controversial opinion to have in Cape Breton, but I'll say it because he was a very electrifying player. Last year, you found yourself ranked by NHL Central Scouting. Unfortunately, you don't get drafted. How much do you try to block that out now or perhaps use it as motivation going forward?
Draft or no draft, I was going to be coming back to Cape Breton either way, so it's something that obviously every kid dreams of, to get drafted, and to have the opportunity to kind of be in the mix of that was pretty cool, but it's just something that I got to keep working for. It's right there for me. It's something that's reachable, and it's going to take a lot of work, but you're going to be in the league till 19 or 20 anyways, so there's lots of time, and I'm just going to keep working.
Good way of looking at it. You're certainly still very much on the radar. Lastly, I'll ask, how do you feel you've progressed in the last year as a player? Obviously, getting in Major Junior, big development.
Over the last year, I think my physicality is one of the bigger things I've been trying to work on, just getting stronger and using my frame more, and continuing to get faster is something I'm working on. And those are the two biggest areas I've been working on. And now, obviously, my offensive game is something I'm trying to focus on, but I'm not going to get away from my game and try to achieve for offense. I think I just got to get back to the basics of what I do really well and just keep doing those. And the offense is going to come for me, and I'm not worried.
Hopefully we're the good luck touch for Luke. Best of luck going forward, Luke. Thanks for this.
Yeah, thanks, Patty.
That is Eagles forward Luke Patterson joining us at the intermission. You're listening to Celtic Kubota, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.